Welcome! My name is Bridget Gelms and I'm a professor in the English department here at SF State. This video is going to walk you through how to develop a research question, something that you can use as a starting point for an interesting and insightful project. A good question gives you a goal to work towards. Essentially, you're trying to answer your own question, so developing a good one is really important. Now, at this stage in the process, it's likely that you already have your topic, something you're really curious about and excited to start researching. How do we take that topic and turn it into a question? Let's find out.
The first step is to turn your topic into a statement that communicates your interest. Let's say you want to research misinformation on Facebook. What is it about this topic that interests you? Maybe you want to learn more about the consequences of misinformation because you've seen so much of it online. Perhaps you've seen friends or family members get fooled by misinformation. Or perhaps you've even experienced it yourself. From there, you should brainstorm potential questions that stem from that statement. Try starting with the words who, what, when, where, how, why, should, or would. At this stage, you're just brainstorming, so it's important to write as many questions as you can think of without worrying whether they're usable or not. The next step is to start to narrow down the list by zeroing in on the questions that will lead to an impactful research project. If misinformation on Facebook is your topic, perhaps you brainstorm the following questions. How serious is the online misinformation crisis? What are the common features of accounts or groups that spread misinformation on Facebook? How many times does Facebook's terms of service mention the word misinformation? Does Facebook allow misinformation on the site? What conditions make misinformation spread? Now let's look through the list and think about which ones won't make for the best research questions. First, look for the questions that are too broad and cross them out. These are the questions that would be really difficult to answer simply because they're too big. What about questions that are too narrow? These are ones that are so specific that they don't allow you to examine the issue as a whole. Finally, consider any yes or no questions that you brainstormed. While you might need to learn more about them in order to start your project, these are too easy to answer and won't make for a research project that discovers new information. So now we have the questions we want to focus on at the start of our project. Keep in mind, some of the questions we crossed out are still useful to you as a researcher, in that they can get you up to speed on the topic or lead you to new, more complicated questions. For example, instead of asking, does Facebook allow misinformation on the site? A related but more interesting question might be, how has Facebook's policies addressing misinformation evolved over time, and why? Your questions should also be informed by your purpose in researching this topic, so spend some time thinking about why you're researching and what you hope to accomplish. Are you raising awareness, evaluating something, identifying a solution to a problem? Whatever the case may be, review your list of questions and eliminate the ones that don't align with your purpose. So, to develop a list of research questions, turn your topic into a statement that communicates your interest, brainstorm questions that stem from this statement, and eliminate the questions that aren't furthering the conversation in some way. Remember, good research questions should investigate the topic from a new or different angle than what's already been discovered. This means that your questions might change as you start researching, and that's okay. The important thing is to start from a place of genuine curiosity and go from there. I hope this video has given you something to think about in your own research journey. And for more resources related to research here at SF State, please visit lca.sfsu.edu/cure.